And a good day, everyone. Jean Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Rambo, back again with you today. We're looking at Salt Life Lager, brewed and packaged by the Salt Life Beverage LLC, based in Jacksonville, Florida, under agreement with Abita Brewing Company, which means based in Abita Springs, Louisiana. They brew the beer, but the company distributes the beer throughout, of course, state of Louisiana, I'm sure, but also throughout Alabama and particularly in its home state of Florida. 4.5% ABV. I think this beer came out about a year or so ago. And right now, what I'm looking at right now on the website, it seems it's a big corporate structure thing, how it's settled between this company and whatnot. Republic National Distributing Company, one of the nation's leading wholesale alcohol beverage distributors, now marketing this beer, Salt Life Lager, into Jacksonville, of course, its home base, Tampa, Miami, and throughout, I think, pretty much throughout the state of Florida. Delta Appeal Inc. is a leading provider of basic and branded apparel, headwear, and related accessories. Today announced the launch of Salt Life Lager, now available in Florida stores. Okay, whatever. Okay, 4.5%, 17 IBUs, and whatnot. That was what it says. So, an American lager, which it seems we all know, look under same styles like Solid Gold Lager, Gem City Craft, the Gem City Craft Lager that they put out. So several beers that are out there now being marketed, sort of bringing back the traditional, what beer used to be like. You know, sort of like a beer was not like Budweiser. Or maybe I'll take that back, when Budweiser was the king of beers, but now we stick our nose at Budweiser because we just don't like them. They're corporate. We want to make lagers that taste like lager, like it was back then, back in the before Prohibition or after Prohibition, I guess. So, again, the beers I mentioned, you know, Founder, Solid Gold, this, and Gem City, and others like it. So, Cigar City has a lager that they have as well. That's based down in Tampa, Florida. So many other breweries across the country. So, hey, you know, why pay? And if you can't stand Budweiser, make sure this lager is just as good. So, American lager. Difference between adjunct lagers and lagers are really no difference. That may be just the amount of the flavoring depends on what they're using to brew it. If they're using more hops, less hops, more barley, less barley. Typical standard lager. So, what it is? Tender sweetness. Paid $1.75 for this can. Gross Cash Saver in Mobile. A little sweetness on the tip of my tongue now. Has a little taste like one of them Euro style beers, or beers that are from the Caribbean, or maybe Kalik, Red Stripe, maybe Prestige, has that same texture. Some of also maybe a little Euro flavor I'm getting from that as well. So. Bad. Yeah, not bad at all. It's very complex, nice complex style. Definitely getting a lot of the malts. I mean, it's has a nice, good finish. If I pick between between that and Solid Gold Lager, I would, by Founders, I would choose the Solid Gold. I think it's a little better. I mean, it's nothing really, you know, awe of this. I think this is the only beer that's in that it's on their stable right now with the company, Salt Life Beverage LLC. Again, very little information about them, just for what I've seen on Rate Beer and Beer Advocate, and again, the names that I mentioned of those companies that are involved with them. So it's sort of very sweet, maybe a little fruit, but it has a Euro flavor to it. It does. Again, Carib beer. I don't know if any of you ever had Carib beer. I mean, yes, I'm sure y'all have had Carib. Carib beer, Red Stripe, some comparison. Maybe I'm getting more of a. This is right up the alley as of with Prestige. And that's the beer that's made and brewed in Haiti, which is, that one has a little bit more. I mean, that definitely has more of a Pilsner taste to it. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a decent lager. I'm not going to go gaga over it. I think the scores that have been put out, giving it maybe a 3.5 score, maybe 3.5 out of 5. I think that's kind of about right. So that would be maybe a C+ going on to a B, C+ B-. I think that would be a reasonable score to give this beer. So that would be 70. Well, that'd be a 7.8. TD on a 7.9. So I think that's, you know, I'm not going to trash this. I mean, it's a good lager. I mean, it's nothing I say, hey, you know, try this with. It's all right. Again, under the guidance of being brewed at Abita Brewing in Abita Springs, Louisiana. Of course, all of their beers I love. That's, of course, that beer company is just, you know, pretty darn good with everything that I've had from Abita. So they're brewing, the company's brewing their beers there. And I guess they will probably open a brewery in Jacksonville if they haven't already. Again, not much information on the website. And Rate Beer gives me a little bit here, so does Beer Advocate. So that's what I'm going to go with right now. So I think, again, good, crisp, nice tasting lager. A little hinge of sweetness, but good enough. Still summer. They're still bloody hot, and these are quite enjoyable and refreshing to have on days like this, which is what I'm having today, but I'm reviewing it. So that will be my score. So that'd be a 7.8, 7.9 for the Salt Life Lager by the Salt Life Beverage LLC. So if you see it in your stores in the Florida area, get it, or hopefully distribution will expand sooner or later. So John Henderson, Pierre of the Beverage Rambleton. Keep on watching. As always, cheers, live, laugh, and love. Salt Life, Salt Life, Salt Life, 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 Salt Life.